you guys, talk to me how it feels to be a young Somalian, especially in this type of age where you see a lot of stuff going on. And what type of solace, what type of environment do you get when you're around here and when you're with Abdulghani and you're with the other brother and mentor? Like, how do you guys feel spaces like this create for young individuals like yourselves?
I feel like I can express myself. Like I can express myself freely because I'm around like my community, so it's not deep. Like, I can do what I want. It's not like in school where I can't. Like in school, it's like you're not around the people. You know that. But when you're around somebody, you feel like more free.
Yeah, that's true.
So being around your other cultural, you know, ethnic or background, it kind of helps you to be a bit more
You can relate as well.
more relaxed.
Because it like it just it's the same as being at home. Because like when you're from like a Somalian background, at home you can do like it's just the same as being home. Like if they make you feel more, they make you feel more home.
So it's like home from home.
Yeah.
And when you're mixing with a bunch of your friends, especially you go to school with, that you chill out with, that you're all here actually doing something positive, how does that feel? Instead of you guys, like, especially you see there's a young generation, you guys, some of you guys are on the roads, some of you guys are here. What would be your best advice for young people like you that are heading down that way? What would be your advice?
You should choose a good friends, like people you can relate to, people you can feel more welcome to, and as well as have fun with.
And as well as have fun with. What about anyone else?
No, I was about to say that.
He took it away from you, didn't it?
Yeah.
So come sound creative, isn't it?
Well,
Because you were being cheeky earlier, you were giving it all of that. Now it's the camera's on, you almost start.
Is there a lot of pressure from your parents or your peers or society itself?
No, there's no pressure. It's just that you have to think of yourself as well as your
No,
friends.
there is, because you see your parents, they want you to be like successful. I mean, it's always on your head. You just want to be
yeah, like
successful.
good grades, and you have to live up to the standards. Or you don't, like it's different.
Like they take a piss for everything.
So how do you feel like with some of the Somali parenting guys? Is it? Do you feel like there's a lot of pressure on you guys to actually achieve, and sometimes say if you actually fell off or you haven't hit a standard like that as a young Somalian, do you feel like any pressure from any stigma from the parent side?
No. I just like whenever I'm doing like let's say I'm doing bad in school, I'll just deep life and then I want to see where I'm gonna like picture where I am in 10 years time or 20 years time. So then that just makes me think. That just motivates me to work harder.
Okay. What about any of you guys?
I'm gonna stay silent.
Furthermore, Yahya, I'm going after you right now. Young writer of the year, young Somali poet. What's going on? How did you feel?
I feel good.
What got you into poetry? Talk to me.
During my primary, they used to do this competition for the older years. And then there was this kid who wrote a story and he won some books. And I actually never read a book. I hadn't read a book because I was like a gamer, like you know that I wanted to be a gamer. You know when you're young, you want to be a gamer, and then you don't think about engineering and all that stuff. You just want to be a gamer. And then when I got to secondary, I realized that I should actually focus, get a paid job, a really good career, live a good life, a healthy life. So I went to the library one day, and then I got some. I took a book. It was so interesting, so I kept reading it. So every Saturday in the morning at 9 o'clock, I used to wake up. I used to go to the library, and max out my credit card, and then go home and read all the books. And I used to forget about my PlayStation right there, stay away from me. I used to forget about it. Then I heard about this competition before lockdown started. So I took part. I was doing it for fun. I didn't know I was actually gonna win. So I wrote a poem, and then you know how Black Lives Matter. I was writing a poem about that. So it got into my head, and I was like, why not write this inspirational poem for the younger people like me to inspire them to write. So I wrote a poem. I submitted it, and then in September I forgot that I wrote this poem, right? And then the letter came. The letter came. I read it. I thought it was just a normal letter, so I just put it down, and then I saw a golden part of the letter, right? So I got it out and I saw a certificate. then I was wondering, how did I take part in this? Like, I don't remember. And I started to remember, and then I went to my parents, and then I told them, and then I came home straight away.
How did it make you feel actually winning an award, seeing your creativity actually win something? What was that feeling? What was that euphoria? What was that sort of thing inside you?
I actually found a purpose in my life to actually write something.
This is the moment where his mind clicked.
This is what I want to be.
Yeah, like
this
he
is
can
who
actually
I
write
wanna
things.
be. I'm gonna be
It
that
kind of
young.
inspired him, and when you came here, and I told him to write a poem for, what was the poem?
It was about for COVID, the situation about
For COVID, he wrote it within 15 minutes. He wrote another poem, like well illustrated. So now he knows, I think, writing and all that he can take on.
You can take on, and you know what they say, we come from the land of the poets.
Yeah.
So something of your Maha, your ancestry, you found something that clicked in. You found yourself. Usually, do you want to see yourself being a award-winning poet in the next couple of years?
Yes, I actually want to get my books copied around the world, make my country stand out,
Yes.
and then gain that purpose for my country that we started the poetry.
Yeah.
And we're the kings of the poetry.
Come on. We've got a young Hadrawi in the making. If you know who that is, we've got a young Hadrawi in the making. So any of the other guys, man, I don't want it to be just about the poet. I want to see what you guys' talents is. I want to see, especially this little cheeky one here. Like Marty will give me problems as well.
Nah.
What's your thing, my little brother? My little brother.
I haven't done anything interesting yet.
You're still looking to discover your path.
He started podcasting a while back.
Yeah, I'm doing podcasts with Yahya, and we're going to be talking about like knife crime, hate crime, stuff that actually affects in the area, and what we can do to avoid it. I'm still trying to work on that right now.
Wow. I'm seeing a young little podcaster looking at me directly, yeah?
Yeah.
Hey.
And they're looking to start podcasting for B Youngstars at the moment. And I think Yahya was doing a website. So they are doing some interesting part. They just don't want to admit it, you know? Everyone's got good talent here, you know, so you just showcase your talent.
Showcase it.
There's a lot of young people out there that would see this video that can be inspired by you guys.
Seeing a bunch of 15-year-old brothers in year 10. I'm seeing poets, I'm seeing podcasters, I'm seeing guys that want to establish something. And this is refreshing to me, to see young brothers at this age heading on the right path. And I can say, may Allah keep you on the right path. You know where I'm coming from, I mean, yeah? So, what would be you guys' advice for maybe some of the young brothers and sisters that are going that way at your age group, that you could see them going somewhere? What would be your advice? Fix up. And you're a one-man word, innit? You got punchlines all left and centre, innit? What? He's a punchline kid.
he's a punchline kind of guy.
Honest, one word back, that's it.
How can we fix up? I mean, what is that word?
What is that? What is fixing up? Spotlights on you.
Don't know that. Fix something. Like, be more focused on the education, not people around you that, or like you want to copy that are bad. Yeah, like sagging. It's not even like, just focus on education and try to make it fun.
Definitely. Like you.
Let's say you're religious.
Yeah.
Like, stick to your deen.
Yeah.
Like, and also be unique. Stop following the crowd. Be unique. So, like,
Stand out.
Yeah.
Be yourself. Is
Just
that
be
your
yourself,
main thing?
Just be yourself.
Do you think a lot of youngsters are scared to be themselves?
Yeah, and worried people gonna judge them for what they are really.
Oh, you're not part of the trend, or you're and that's where a lot of youngsters are actually struggling, actually coming out of their shells and expressing who they are. Like brother Yahya, I want to be a poet. He found something. He discovered himself, and you're not shy to say, "This is who I am," right? This is who I want to be. In 20 years' time, I want to see my books all over the world, right? You know I'm gonna buy your book anyway if it's all that. You hear me? I want to sign autograph as well, yeah. Yeah. But my brother, talk to me.
I'll just say, as long as you have your deen, you're good to go, because Allah's always going to be supporting you. You just have to believe in Him, and you go on the straight path, like on the right path. As long as you have your deen, you're set.
That's it. MashaAllah. You're even giving da'wah out now. Love that. I love that. The young da'wah teams.
Like when you die, it's just you're not gonna go there. You're gonna go to your grave and you're gonna go hell or heaven. So just stick to your deen. Like it doesn't matter about like I wouldn't say like let's say like most of these young kids they're just like trapping. It's not gonna get you nowhere. It's not gonna get you nowhere. So I'll just say like yeah, just stick to your deen.
How do you think the Somali community, as from the younger perspective, as you guys are probably living your times right now, how do you think the young Somali community, especially, how can we get young brothers and sisters away from certain things, like us elders right now?
Maybe like youth clubs like this, instead of actually going out and getting influenced by people like maybe drugs and stuff like that, and maybe come here, do things you like, football, table tennis, and yeah, it'll be more fun here and it's more proactive.
And it's more proactive, and you're in a safe zone with people amongst yourselves and young people your age that's share things in common as well. Does that help?
Yeah.
And does it help by having brilliant mentors like Abdulghani?
Yeah.
Come on, puts us on the straight path.
Yeah, interesting fact is these two are twins,
Which ones?
Yonis and Yahya.
Yeah, twins.
Yeah.
I thought you two were twins. Oh, you two look like chalk and cheese, mate. These two are brothers.
No.
You got cousins over there. You lot are brothers. No, I love. You know what is So it's like the minute I stepped in and the minute I found you guys on Twitter, I found brother Abdulghani B-Star on Twitter, and I was like, wow. I was like, this is what I'm looking for to actually interview. Spoke to Abdulghani, 2-3 tweets, 2-3 messages. Yo, come down. Spot's there. I came down, met you guys. I saw the brilliantness of what young B-Stars is accomplishing. Not is accomplishing. How can we translate that to the world London community from a Somali diaspora perspective? What do you think by working together, bringing skill sets together? What do you think?
I think one of the good ones is you doing this podcast here and Somali speakers. It's just reaching out to other mentors that are out there and bringing them into one setting and saying let's change a young person's life by working together, isn't it? And also identifying other young people from different areas for them to connect with these young boys and they can come up with a solution.
So it's to show them it doesn't matter about your postcode.
Yeah.
Get rid of out of your head. So just because you're
Maybe
from South East, because I'm from a young brother from Tottenham, from West London, share things in common.
Invite young people from North London to come here, see what they're thinking. You know what I mean? What mindset they have. They might see what mindset you guys have. You know what I mean? And it's not just young Somali boys. It's everyone, young black kids. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? Any young person that's from
a migrant community or minority community, or just young people in general,
or young people in general as well. You know what I mean? Reflect, because London is a one diverse entity. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's a lot of good work, and 2021, hopefully, Khalid would come down here and kind of mentor you guys as well.
Yeah, man, I don't mind doing once a week. I want to see what the young Somali speakers are gonna say. You hear me? So I'm gonna organize something. Maybe you guys and a couple of other people as well. Start having that conversation from a young perspective and seeing the difference. Because I don't want to be that generation. You young guys, where in my day. No, I want to see what you guys are saying. Yeah. What challenges you guys are going through, and what challenges I went through. Maybe totally different. I never grew up with this mad knife crime. I never saw that. I don't think you growing up saw that. I think people used to just have a fist fight and that's it.
The only thing we had was school fight. My school used to fight another school. Yeah. And that was about it. The other thing we used to enjoy was having a lot of football competitions. You know what I mean? I don't think that happens nowadays. School against school and all that.
I don't know what I mean? Too strict.
You don't. Do you have that?
No.
Nah. You see, this is what kind of kept us in the little mold.
Yeah.
And the other problem you guys have is technology. Technology is not easy on your behalf. One click, you can find out what's happening in North London, and that can determine what you want to do, isn't it? You can have its adverse
Affects.
problems and affects technology.
Technology, like I say to a lot of people, we live in the, you've heard in history lessons, the golden age, the stone age. We live in the year of information. We live in the age of information. And with that age of information, I don't think I would have ever met Abdelghani. I would have seen that amazing work he's doing. I was like, wow. When I saw it, click of a finger, I was like, this is a guy that I need to go speak to. Let me go. And then, with the grace of Allah, the brother replied back to me asking me, what's your number? Why don't you come see us? And I said, you know what? Made that journey from North London to Woolwich just to come and see what the brother and see what this amazing organization is doing for young people in our community. So my brothers, my end question is how can we actually start spreading positivity in the year of information? What do you guys think?
Set like a boundary for our younger. Yeah.
And set good environments, set good places, somewhere where they can be comfortable and express themselves.
Yeah, you have to also make it entertaining. Otherwise, they'll just get bored and go do something else. And then it's just like after you do something for a while, it gets boring. You want to do new stuff, so you have to give them like loads of options.
So we always have to keep them refreshed, energized, different angles and stuff like that. Yeah, man. So have you guys made up a name yet? Still a work in progress.
I think Yahya knows.
Should we do this? Should we let the comment section, guys, give these guys a name?
Yeah.
Everyone in the comment section, look at these guys and actually try and give them a name. And we're gonna post it up. If anything comes up in the comment section, inshallah ta'ala. If it's a good snazzy name, you look at it. I don't know. We're trying to help you guys out. You know how it is. You hear me? But it's gonna be a pleasure, actually. Thanks to Abdelghani to actually, step into this and just give him man the creative space to say, you know what, Khalid, we've got this. You're doing this. Let's all make something happen together. You know? Do you believe in stronger together, we're better together, right?
Yeah.
Inshallah, yeah.
Stronger community, eh?
And on that note, I'm gonna do my little jingo lingo, yeah. So I'll lay up enough. Wanagi, wayege. Somali speakers, I done a family daughter, I done a foreign daughter. Hit up the like, hit up the subscribe, and we're gonna make young Somali speakers a regular thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my brothers.